Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa Bustos, and I'm a family law attorney operating out of Austin, Texas, but I serve all counties in the Central Texas region. My firm and I are here to help our clients through some of the most difficult times of their life while providing the best possible representation. I represent my clients through all phases of the divorce process, and I help them move forward towards a brighter future. Today, I have with me Kimber Bustos, who is a licensed private investigator. We have the same last name, but we are not related. We do not think. Kimber, will you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you for having me on the video. And I am a licensed private investigator. I have been for the last 5 years. Prior to that, I've had a 24-year law enforcement background in all types of investigations. My business that I own is The Perfect PI. And while I say it's the perfect PI, that doesn't mean that we will guarantee the perfect outcome to your case. It only guarantees that we are perfectly willing to help you in any way that we can do the best job for the outcome of your case.
So, Kimber, are you based out of Austin, Texas?
I am actually in a town of Lago Vista. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I do serve Austin, Georgetown, Round Rock, Marble Falls, Burnet, all areas around Austin.
Excellent. So if I have a client who comes to me and says, Lisa, why would I hire a private investigator rather than just do this myself? What are your thoughts on that?
I would suggest to tell them that they could possibly be facing criminal or civil charges for that, because as a licensed private investigator, we are very familiar with the criminal laws, and we can protect your clients from ending up in some hot water for participating in illegal activity. One of the examples I can think of is if you have a computer that is not necessarily joint property, even though you're married and you don't have access to that computer on a regular basis, for you to go into that computer and start searching it or take it to a forensic examiner, that's not necessarily the best thing to do. So we do have resources to have that done legally and to make sure that we are abiding by not only state, but also federal law.
So what are some of the benefits? There's dangers to not hiring a private investigator, but what are some of the benefits of hiring a private investigator?
Private investigators have a lot of access to databases, for example, that the general public does not have access to. We know where to look for these assets, whether it's public records, we know the system, we know where to find things based on our training and experience in our previous cases. So it's very helpful, and it also would help you get to a resolution a lot more quickly than if you attempt to do this on your own.
So let's say that I'm in a divorce case. I'm in a divorce case, and the opposing party and our side were exchanging information, which is a very normal part of the divorce process. But we don't think that based on all the money that's going through the bank accounts and tracing them and going back and forth, we don't think that everything is being disclosed to us. Maybe there's some hidden bank accounts that we can't find. How can you help us with that?
Well, first of all, some of the hidden assets can actually occur if you have a prenuptial agreement. Those assets could actually be hidden even prior to that prenuptial agreement. Oftentimes, they will put things in either family members' names as gifts or maybe in a trusted friend's name. Sometimes it's investments such as cars, jewelry, property, all those types of things that someone can do to hide their assets. The reason that you should consider a private investigator to assist with locating those assets is because, once again, we do have access to a lot of databases the general public can't access. We do have the skill to not only find those assets, but then to track them down. And that could even include surveillance. I have had cases where I conducted surveillance on a person who went to a bank that the client didn't even know there was an account at. So those are some of the things that we can do to really help you identify where assets could be hidden. And in addition, if there aren't any hidden assets, then it makes the divorce more amicable, so to speak.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, let's say that we bring you on to the case and you've done some investigations and have found things that maybe were hidden or we didn't know about. Maybe that's a bank account, maybe that's a lover.
Mhm.
How can you help in the courtroom?
We can help in the courtroom because of our credibility, because we are licensed, and because we are certified in many different areas. We have the training and experience in the courtroom to be able to professionally handle ourselves and answer the questions in a manner that is understood by the courtroom. If you were to have a friend do this investigation for you, for an example, they are not going to carry the same credibility into the courtroom that a private investigator will. And not only that, most of the time we have a relationship with your attorney. So we know what it's going to take to make your case a good case and what we need to stay away from as well, because it's just as important to rule things in as it is to rule things out.
Well, I really appreciate you coming today or coming today virtually and talking to me about a little bit about what you do. Kimber, where can we find you?
You can find me at theperfectpi.com. And I also have a Facebook page under Kimber Bustos that is also called The Perfect PI, where I try to post some current events and some tips for parents and things like that on my website.
Well, you can find us, Bustos Family Law, at www.bustosfamilylaw.com. You can also link to all of our social media at Bustos Family Law. And thank you so much, Kimber, for joining us today. And we hope all of you have a good day. Bye.
Bye.